with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC. The right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Well, there was a scene just a few moments ago at Larry Sandy Field in Velva. There comes the Velva Aggies onto the field. Here comes the Langdon Cardinals onto the field. I say Velva Aggies. I say Langdon Cardinals. We got a lot more communities and teams involved in that, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Hi again, football fans. From Velva, North Dakota, continuing coverage of the North Dakota High School football playoffs on the PSP Network. We welcome you into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services won't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes in their locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Hi again, football fans. Alongside Bryce, Gutknecht, Todd Domries, welcoming you to our PSP Network coverage. We got the whole team here today from the PSP Network. Nick Holberg, Owen Patterson, Langdon Domries. The team is ready to go, and so are the Aggies, and so are the Cardinals. 9-1. Langdon Area-Munich, and the Velva-Drake-Anamoose Aggies 9-1 on the season. A high-profile matchup with a berth at the Dakota Bowl on hand, and what a day for football. The game time temperature, Bryce, 60 degrees, hardly a breath of wind. You couldn't dial up a better environment than this today.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. We've been so fortunate avoiding the snow this football playoff run. Let's hope it continues through the Dakota Bowl. Beautiful day here at Larry Sandy Field. We got a semifinal. We got a Dakota Bowl berth on the line. Exciting stuff here today, Todd.
Let's jump right into the single A brackets, as here's how these two teams got here. Langdon Area-Munich defeated Oaks in the opening round, and then they went on the road last week, the 5-hour trip to Killdeer, and defeated the Cowboys 41-40. It sets up a matchup with Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison, who pasted, no other word to say it, in the opening round against Southern McLean. And then they beat the Hornets last week from Harvey Wells County. So there are the Aggies and the Cardinals battling to get to the Dakota Bowl, and Kindred, as we get a quick BNC scoreboard update, has already started in their semifinal matchup against Central Cass, and the Vikings, the defending state champions, have an early 21-7 lead over the Squirrels. So yeah, two teams, no strangers to this environment. Two, I'll say, Bryce, storied programs in the last decade and change. You've got the Velva-Drake-Anamoose Aggies, and 10 Dakota Bowl appearances, 11 state titles. Their legendary head coach, Larry Sandy, has retired. Matt Weidler has taken the reins now. And, yeah, the Aggies, I call the Four Horsemen. I mean, they come loaded for bear, and these guys are good, and they are salty in many respects.
Yeah, two programs that, let's just say it, they expect to be here. They expect to play in these big semifinal games with a championship berth on the line. We know about the weapons. You said it right. Four horsemen on the side of Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. They are loaded. But, hey, I'm excited to see Jax Johnson. How about last week, Mr. Domries? Over 100 yards rushing, over 200 through the air. A do-all, everything quarterback for Langdon Area Cardinals.
Yeah, Langdon has been to 6 Dakota Bowls. They've won 3 state titles back-to-back-to-back, 2018, 19, and 20. And so, yeah, Josh Kravarchka's football team comes to Velva today with big ambitions. A lot of folks didn't know what to expect. Langdon graduated so many kids off a team that made it to the semis last year, got defeated by Kindred. Velva brings a lot of guys back that made it to the semis undefeated and lost to Dickinson Trinity. So let's send it down field side to Owen Patterson, and an environment like none other here in Velva today, Owen.
Velva knows how to party in the postseason. Sorry about that. Velva knows how to party in the postseason. They put on a good show here at Larry Sandy Field, newly named for that legendary head coach you mentioned earlier. But the new administration here for this Aggies program has not skipped a beat. Matt Weidler picked up a winning program, and those veteran players that you talked about, all kinds of seniors leading this squad. And yeah, Langdon, there was a lot of question marks earlier in the year. Can they keep up with offenses like Killdeer and Velva? And if we saw anything last week, it's the answer is a resounding yes. 44 points against Killdeer. And you talk about that quarterback Johnson, over 340 all-purpose yards. He's going to be counted on today for head coach Josh Kravarchka and the Langdon Area Cardinals.
Owen will be patrolling the sidelines for us all game long this afternoon from Velva, as our PSP team is here loud and proud, ready to go. The Langdon Cardinals warming up. I'm going to call the Langdon Cardinals today. I might mix in the area, Ed-Mor-Munich once in a while. We might say just Velva-D-A-G occasionally, folks. It just gets to be, when you're broadcasting, it gets to be a mouthful when you got the co-op soup, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not trying to offend anyone. We know these great communities and these co-ops and what it means to everyone around. And we got fans from every one of those, it seems like, here at Larry Sandy Field today.
Our Valvoline and Snow Change pregame show rolls on, but folks, we couldn't bring you these PSP broadcasts without the help of our local sponsors, and we're going to be naming these folks throughout the course of our broadcast today. But Eigelhart Farms helps bring you today's game, along with the Aggie Foundation, People's State Bank of Velva, Flyway Companies, Quinn Long, Finish Line Burgers and Brew, and the Langdon Community Choice Bank in Langdon. United Communications brings you today's game, the Langdon Eagles Club, Farmers and Merchants State Bank, big thanks to Chalmer Detler and the crew there, and Langdon Implement. Boy, the Roys sponsor a lot of stuff in the Langdon community, so thanks to them, along with CHS in Garrison, the Coffee Cup in Garrison, Farmers Unit Insurance, Garrison agent Brian Neuenhuis, and the Four Seasons Restaurant Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street in Garrison. Thanks to all those folks for helping you get a chance to watch and get the sights and the sounds from Velva, North Dakota today. Our pregame rolls on from Velva, Langdon Area, Ed-Mor-Munich, and Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. More after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I picked Carson Wentz. I picked Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football, just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Now the PSP team back in Velva, North Dakota today as we get set for Langdon and Velva in the Single A semifinals, a right to go to the Dakota Bowl next Friday. All right, fans, this is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services, stay in your car for a drive-through oil change in about 15 minutes. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find us online at VIOC.com. Time now for our player profiles, brought to you today by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains. You can find them online at northern-plains.com, and you get a look there at the head man for quarterback U. That's Jax Johnson, the quarterback for the Langdon Cardinals, and there's a lot to like about his game, Bryce.
Yeah, Jax Johnson, he's been terrific all year. The one thing that stands out to me the most, the touchdown to turnover ratio by Jax Johnson. 20 touchdowns through the air, 10 on the ground added. total of 30 touchdowns he's accounted for on the season to just 3 interceptions. His play has been tremendous, a big part of what Langdon needs to do to be successful today.
Yeah, and he's going to need to be a big part of today. Also, a good baseball and basketball player for the Cardinals. And, yeah, he's amassed 30 touchdowns throwing and rushing the football. And, Bryce, he's missed a couple games. And so you think of those numbers and what they would be if he played a full season. And, yeah, I mentioned quarterback you. I mean, you've gone from Jacob Doval, you've gone from Simon Rumfo, you've gone from Race Worley, and now you get a guy like Jax Johnson. Those are all first-team All-Staters and dudes that have just produced in Josh Kvarchka's system. And so it is a quarterback-friendly system, and, yeah, you'll hear a lot about Jax Johnson today. All right, the captains were out at midfield getting some instructions there, and I think we can just go right into our player profile for the Velva Aggies today. And yeah, Hank the Tank, I tell you what, this guy, a 4-year starter, all-stater, been the leading tackler a couple different times for the Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison Aggies, and he is just a load.
Yeah, Hank Bodine, we can't say enough about him. He loves it when PSP's in town. We started last year, the Bishop Ryan game. He accounted for 6 touchdowns in that one. Defensively, the linebacker position, calling out the formations and stuff, such a big part of what he does as well. Look at the numbers. I mean, over 40 touchdowns the last 2 seasons. Look out for Hank the Tank today in this one.
Second-team All-State baseball player as well. Also puts it on the hard court for the basketball team. And, yeah, he's got football offers to go play in college. And, hey, oh, by the way, the little-known fact about Hank Bodine is his grandfather is none other than Sam Weish, the head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFL. So you talk about a lineage of football and a football family, a football community like Velva. Yeah, that speaks volumes to it right there.
Yeah, I've gotten to be a part of some of those stories with Sam Weish and that family and heard a bunch of that. I could sit there and listen to those things all day. It was some great stories on that side of the family.
There's your player profiles today. Again, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air, 25 years experience. As your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal, find them online at northern-plains.com. All right, let's talk about some of the things that make these two teams tick. Bryce, let's start with the Langdon Cardinals. I call it an offense that it has military precision. And it is a team that they run off these wristbands. You see it a lot in the college ranks now and in the pros. But Langdon even does it a little bit differently, where even the offensive linemen have the calls on their things. And so they hardly huddle. They just keep running it at you, and they are precise and exact in what they do. And they will challenge Velva's defense today.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what they could do between the tackles today. Their ability to run the football between the tackles, the offensive line play. I had a stepson play for Velva. They ran into Langdon area a few times. Always stood out to me. The Cardinals' offensive line play is always tremendous. I expect to see some of that again today. Big key, run the ball between the tackles. Let's see how effective they are doing that today.
Yeah, and they were able to do some of that last week against the Killdeer Cowboys. And, it's been a kind of a Jax Johnson will run the football. You got Jaden Lee as a good running back and others that really keynote that attack. All right, let's flip the slate over to the Velva Aggies. And, you talk about the 10 starters back on defense, the 8 starters back on offense from an 11-1 team. You have the 4 horsemen and I'll just say the smash mouth, the ability for Velva to just have a strong running game. You mix in an all-state, kind of an all-time quarterback in Ben Shep, and then you play stingy defense like Velva does. That's a pretty dang good combination.
Yeah, absolutely. I talked about Jax Johnson, his low amount of turnovers. You're going to see the same thing on the side for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. Ben Shep, a guy who doesn't turn over the ball, just 2 interceptions on the season. The mix, the play-action pass has been so big for them. Something to watch tonight. Ben Shep's ability to run the football, get Hank Bodine as the lead blocker, something they've showed a lot in their playoff run so far.
This is the 6th all-time meeting between Velva and Langdon. The Aggies hold a 4-1 record. The last matchup was in 2017 in the semifinals right here in Velva. Langdon had their only win that day, 20-0 over Velva back in 2017. Their first meeting was back in the state title game in 2000 in Y2K. Then Velva Sawyer defeated Langdon 27-6 in the state championship. So Velva 4-1 against Langdon all time in their head-to-head meetings. All right, fans, more to come. We're closing in on the lineups. We're closing in on the coin toss. And we're closing in on the opening kickoff today from Larry Sandy Field in Velva. The Cardinals, the Aggies, more after this break on the PSP Network.
Brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Packed house at Larry Sandy Field today in Velva as we get set for Langdon Area-Munich and Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison in the single A semifinals. Todd Domrey's, Bryce Gutknecht. It's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. No time wasted, 15-minute oil change locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find us online at VIOC.com. Third member of our team, Owen Patterson, down on the sideline, has a word with head coach Josh Kvartska and the Langdon Area-Munich Cardinals.
Two teams here with a lot of postseason experience, a lot of legacy in the playoffs. Just talking about the matchup today, what it means for these two communities, and plenty of communities actually.
Well, like you said, I mean, both teams kind of traditional powers here the last 9-10 years. You know, Velva's always been up there, but we've kind of put ourselves on the map as being one of the top dogs in our division. So, you know, we're excited for the matchup today. Obviously, big challenge what they bring to the table, but our kids have come ready to play.
Yeah, what does that defensive game plan look like to try and slow down all of those weapons?
Well, you know, the biggest thing is we got to stop the run first. If we can make them somewhat one-dimensional, then we got a shot. You know, if they're ahead of the chains doing stuff, you know, where they're comfortable, where they're in 2nd and 5 or less, you know, that's going to make it tough on us. So we got to get ahead of the chains on defense and stop the run, and then see what happens.
All right, thank you, Coach. Best of luck today.
All right, thank you.
Back up to you, TD.
Yeah, nice work down there, Owen Patterson. And now I'm watching Owen sprint across the sideline, and he is going to catch up with none other than Matt Weidler, the second-year head coach for the Velva-Drake-Anamoose Aggies. Take it away, Owen.
Drake-Anamoose-Garrison Aggies, Matt Weidler, second semifinal appearance in as many years. How confident is your team in a position they've been in before?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. We've been in this situation here the past couple of years, same type of game. Veteran enough crew. I thought we had a really good week of practice. So, I'm excited for the kids. They're excited, and we're ready to get this thing going.
Two teams that score a lot of points. What's the importance of scoring early and scoring often?
Well, I think anytime you get the ball, you want to score. I think it comes down to getting stops sometimes too. Like games like these, teams are going to score, they're going to get stops. It really comes down to executing things up front, blocking and block destruction, tackling in space, just little things that maybe a person don't think of, but it's just kind of the fundamental things that sometimes these games come down to.
All right, best of luck today.
Yep, thank you, appreciate it.
Now there's two pretty cool cucumbers right there. Matt Weidler, the Velva native, and the now head coach of the Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison Aggies, and the Lisbon native, and now the head man for the Langdon Cardinals, Josh Kravarchka. Those two guys do a great job with these two respective teams. And man, you talk about Velva and the Aggies, number 2 in the final poll, number 2 in the bracket when the coaches seeded them. 49 points a game, and they just give up 6. That is a pretty good combination there when you score nearly 50 and only giving up 6. Yeah, that's a pretty good place to start. And Langdon just averages 33 a game and gives up 18. But, yeah, it's going to be one of these things where can the Cardinals, as you said, in that offensive line, that defensive line, those trenches, can they man up against what appears to be a little bit bigger Velva Aggies team? But, man, as you said, we've seen Langdon be able to just kind of do some smoke and mirrors here and be able to get away with maybe being an undersized football team.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see that today. Their ability to sustain drives, really kind of almost grind out the game. Mr. Holberg and I talked about it last night in Magic City. Time of possession going to be a big factor for Langdon. Try and limit the amount of possessions that this Aggies offense gets in this football game.
Well, this one should be a doozy. A hard-fought slobber knocker on the way. The lineups and the opening kick, and we'll even squeeze in a national anthem when we come back. Valvoline Instant Oil Change brings you our pregame. Kickoff, anthem, lineups come up next. The Cardinals and the Aggies from Larry Sandy Field in Velva. Stay tuned here on the PSP Network.
Wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
To this. With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Well, there was the scene when we rolled into town today on the PSP Network. You get the Velva elevators there. You get the Welcome to Velva sign, and there's Main Street Velva, founded in 1897. Population 1,086 in the 2020 census. You take Highway 52, 20-plus miles southeast of Minot. You'll find Velva, just nestled here in the Mouse River Valley, home to Dots Pretzels and the Star City Golf Course. And, yeah, we like to give you the sights and the sounds. There's Main Street Velva, folks. And you're going to see a sign here. We're going to turn the corner here. It's going to be Let's Go Aggies right on one of the Main Street businesses here. There's Main Street Velva. All right, we're going to join our national anthem in progress. Like we always do on the PSP Network, like to honor America, the playing of our national anthem today on a beautiful day from Velva, North Dakota. We don't always get the timing right. We like to honor America. We got caught a little Main Street view there of Velva, North Dakota. Let's send it down field side. Owen Patterson has a report from the sideline.
Yeah, well, as we know, both of these teams, lots of experience in the postseason over the last 2 decades, but they always say the semifinal game is the hardest to win. Velvet's had the fewest success recently, 1-5 in their last semifinal contest, while Langdon is 4-2 in their last 6 trips to the semifinals. The Cardinals have had the more recent success in this round, but Velva, the higher seed and home field, going to be quite the advantage tonight for the blue and gold.
Yeah, you mentioned that Velva comes into this one as the favorite. I don't think anybody's doubting that. And but hey, they're a team that when you go back and look at that semifinal round, that has been a little bit of the bugaboo. Velva gets there so often, but they have had a time maybe getting out of this round. But man, they are loaded for bear this year. Now, fans, while those these lineups are being announced on the field, let's take a look first at your Langdon Area-Munich offense. Theo Rumpfel is a great multi-sport athlete at a tight end. Elliott, Lowry, Schneider, Scher, Hine up front. Cody Amble, good to have him back for the Cardinals today. Got a slight concussion last week. He got cleared by the doctors late in the week, and he's a big-time player for the Cardinals. Easton Schaefer and Tanner McDonald joined him at the wide receivers, and a good backfield of Jaden Lee and the aforementioned Jax Johnson, the QB, again for head coach Josh Kravarchka. There's your Langdon area Munich Cardinals. All right, let's take a look at that Velva defense for their defensive coordinator, Brock Nagel, and the head coach, Matt Weidler. They'll go like this up front, a good up front unit. Kyle Volson, Gage Roberts, Evan Wrench, Reggie Bruner is a defensive end that's just a one-man wrecking crew on that defensive line. Good linebacking crew of Eigelhart, Bodine, Laggy, Matt Yoakum, and Stefan are your corners, and Logan Vincent and Braden Bossert, the ball hawks, I'll call them, in the secondary again for that Aggie defense today. All right, while we have a second, let's flip the stage and show you the Velva offense, as you'll get them on the field here in just a moment. As Volson is your tight end, Team Volson on the left side, Barstead, Foss, Roberts, Bryant up front, Yoakum, Eigelhart, and Bruner, and Bodine, and Shep. There's your 4 horsemen, plus a few. It might be 6 horsemen, for crying out loud. That is a great offensive unit right there, and they'll square off against this Langdon Cardinal defense. Elliott, Lowry, Schneider, Rumpfel up front. 4-3 defense has these 3 linebackers, Davis, Henderson, Johnson is the linebacking crew, Stremick and Schaefer your corners, and Jaden Lee and Cody Amble in the secondary. Yeah, let's talk about this Cody Amble thing for just a second. He missed 3 quarters last week, and he's a kid, folks, that a second-team All-Stater, was questionable coming in, 2,000 yards receiving, 27 touchdowns the last 2 years, and has 11 picks on defense. And so also a track kid that was a state runner-up in the 400. So he's going to be back to receive right now, along with Jaden Lee for Langdon Area-Munich. And we'll be just about set for football. Let's do it, guys.
It's great to be joined by some Langdon area Cardinal royalty here. Todd Domries coming to help us out today. I'm really excited.
Logan Vincent puts the foot to the ball, and it's going to be fielded by Lee. Drops it at the 15, far sideline return, and he's stacked up at the 22-yard line. And Langdon will bring out that offensive unit. Elliott, Lowry, Schneider, Scher, Hine up front. Johnson, the junior quarterback, will be having Jaden Lee flank him in the backfield. Cody Amble wide to the left. The other thing I know about Langdon is when they come into these matchups where there may be an underdog, you might see hook and ladders, you might see reverses, you might see the whole kitchen sink being thrown at the Aggie defense. Johnson has a snap back. Quick hitter. Amble in and out of his hands, and incomplete. Good coverage there by Bossert. And an incomplete pass. Rumpfel switches sides of the formation. Motion by Amble. And it's going to be a keeper for the quarterback, Jack Johnson. Has a yard or 2 off the left side. He stood up there.
Now, guys, last week in the Killdeer game, Langdon had their way in the passing game, especially early on in that first quarter. Not afraid to throw it on first, second, and even third down right there. Not a team that uses the run to set up the pass.
Kyle Volson, Emmett Laggy, tag team on the stick for that Aggie defense. Langdon has it 2nd down and 8. They muddle huddle. They hardly ever get into an actual formal huddle. Back to passes Johnson. Little screen over the middle. Oh, and a big hit. Intended for Jaden Lee, and he got blown up. Let's get you Ryan Family Dealership replay of that one.
Both linebackers read that screenplay right away. You see Hank the Tank full head of steam blowing that play up. Setting another 3rd and long here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, there's the look at it. Little middle screen. They dump it over the middle. Lee had it in his hands, and then he was pasted. 3rd down and long again for Langdon. 3rd and 8 to be exact from their own 42-yard line. Twin receivers to the right. Johnson's rolling that way. Has McDonald in the flat. Bounces off of 1 tackle. Scampers up the sideline. And he's finally wedged out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. They'll give him 6.
It's been a really good job this first drive. Jax Johnson escaping the pocket, getting out, finding a couple receivers, making this 4th down maybe tempting to go for here. Very manageable, need about 4 or 5 yards.
Hey, if you're the underdog on the road against one of the greatest teams in the state, you might go for this. 4th and 4. Langdon has trips to the left. Kavarchka calling out maybe a little change of play at the line of scrimmage. Langdon Area-Munich's going to go for it. Snap back, looking for Amble on a slant. He has it, and he's got the necessary yardage into Aggie territory. Forward progress is going to get him to the 49-yard line on a 1st down.
I love that play, the clear out there, and you get Amble underneath on the slant, getting just enough to move the chains for the Cardinals. They get that big 3rd down conversion. Now they get a 4th down conversion. Great opening drive here for Langdon area.
Yeah, get to the sticks and do your best basketball box out impression right there.
Yeah, they ran the Amble on a slant inside those 2 down routes and a 1st down Langdon. Handoff, Lee. He gets a couple yards to the Aggie 45-yard line. He's pushed backwards from there, a gain of 3.
Really good pursuit there. Trayson Eigelhart, a name we called a lot last weekend on the defensive side of the football, was wrecking havoc in that game last week against Harvey Wells County.
2nd down and 7 from the Aggie 45-yard line. Twins left, 1 receiver right. Langdon maybe changing that play again. They go to the wristbands. Johnson has a snap back. And it's a keeper for the QB, Jax Johnson, and he maybe gets 1. Wrestled down there by Reggie Bruner.
Kind of like that zone read play there. Jax Johnson electing to keep the football. Reggie Bruner was not fooled. Limited him to a minimal gain on that play.
Well, it's probably 4 down territory.
Yeah, they showed it. They were in their own territory on the last one they went for. So got to believe they're going to go for it again if it faces them again.
3rd and 5, McDonald in motion. It's a quarterback draw. Johnson slips through a hole, and he's got a 1st down gallop to the 37-yard line of the Aggies. Give them 7 on 3rd and 5, and the Cardinals get a fresh set of downs.
Great vision there by Johnson. Saw the middle. Everybody left. Went to the boundary. Easy tuck and run there for Johnson.
I'm going to give some love to Jacob Lowry, number 72, freeing up the middle there for that big 1st down run. Great block by number 72.
Yeah, big Jacob Lowry, 360-pound senior. Amble in motion. Johnson is back to pass. Already the 12th play of the drive. It's tipped. Intended for Lee out of the backfield. And there's Bozzart. Good hands, the long arms of the law. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looked like they had him open there, kind of almost like a wheel route into the flat there. Good hands there. Tip ball by Bodine. Like to maybe see Jax Johnson a little more air on that, convert that pass play.
Already the 12th play of this opening drive. Langdon has held it for 4 minutes and change. 2nd and 10. And another pass tipped at the line of scrimmage. Looked like that was Kyle Volson from his defensive end position. Langdon 3rd down and long again.
Kyle Volson using all of that 6'3" frame. What are you taught, Mr. Domries? If you cannot get to the quarterback, get your hands up. Try and get a big mitt on the football.
Well, now it's 3rd down and 10 from the Aggie 37-yard line. Schaefer wide, and I mean wide to the right. Couple receivers to the short side. Now they motion McDonald. From the near side hash mark, Johnson back to pass, going deep, near sideline, looking for Amble, and it is going to be incomplete. Incomplete near the goal line. Great one-on-one coverage back there by Matt Yoakum.
This is going to be a battle all day. Yoakum up to the challenge on that play, kind of pushing Amble towards the sideline there. Kind of a 50-50 ball, lands up incomplete, setting up 4th and long for the Cardinals.
Now watch this. Amble tried to high point that thing on your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Almost had a hand on it, but step for step with him was Matt Yoakum. Cardinals are going to go for it. Why not? 4th and 10. Trips to the right in a bunch formation. Schaefer wide left. Johnson back to pass. Rolling right. He's got some time. Fires. Far sideline, and that pass is batted down. Batted down by Vincent. He was looking for a crossing route to Amble, and on downs, Velva will hold.
Great job stepping up in the pocket, looking for someone down the field. Reggie Bruner, they elected to just single block him on that play, forcing Johnson to the inside, but nowhere to go with the football. Turnover on downs to the Aggies.
Cardinals have a 14-play drive that comes up empty, and now the high-powered offense of the Velva Aggies will square off against this Cardinal defense. Ben Shep got Bodine beside him. Shep will sling it into the flat. Bodine has a catch, he's got a convoy, and he's got a 1st down. There goes Hank Bodine into Cardinal territory. And that's a quick 18-yard, no, make it a 20-yard gain on the swing pass.
Something we talked about last weekend, this Velva Aggies team does so well. Blocking on the perimeter. You see a great block by Eigelhard out there at the wide receiver position, springing Bodine free for a big gain.
Gets the first pancake block, and it's a wide receiver.
Eigelhart and Bruner split out wide to the left. Quick hitter. They've got Eigelhart in space. Gets a block on the edge, and he is hard to bring down. Look at him go. A 15-yard swing pass, and Velva's on the move.
You can see it. Cardinals have elected to really load up that box here on these first couple plays. Velva choosing to go to the perimeter there. A quick hitter to Eigelhart on the other side. Another big block by Bruner. And another 1st down for the Aggies.
7:50 to play in a fast-moving first quarter here from Larry Sandy Field in Velva. We're scoreless on that BNC National Bank scoreboard. Nearing the Serve Pro red zone is Velva, and they'll hand it off in a wide side run. Bodine shaken, Bacon to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown!
I think we're going to have a hold here. There's a mess of flags in the middle of the field. They're going to get Eigelhart on the hold here. This one is going to come back.
We'll get your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Here's that handoff on a jet sweep, and there went Bodine. And then it was the one flag, the second flag, and the third flag for the emphasis. Bodine scampered into the end zone, but that is coming back, as the indication is a hold on Velva. That's their first penalty of the afternoon. Boy, so far, outside of the holding penalty, this Velva-Drake-Anamoose Aggie offense has looked impressive.
Yeah, really, they've chosen to attack the perimeter of this defense. A lot of success early in this first drive.
A little broken eye formation, and you get movement on the left side of that Aggie offensive line. And back-to-back penalties will set Velva-Drake-Anamoose back 5. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Minot State. Be seen, be heard, be you at Minot State. Today's game also brought to you in part by Shields of Minot and Bismarck, proud sponsors of the PSP Network. Both teams have had a possession here. Langdon went 14 plays, turned it over on downs. Velva has moved it to the Cardinal 34-yard line. Shep is back to pass. Slings it to Bruner in space. He's gang tackled, but not until he picks up 15 yards on the numbers. And a quick hitter to Bruner, and just get your playmakers in space.
Yeah, great route by Bruner. The stop route there, catching the secondary. Easton Schaefer leaning the other way there. Big gain, picking up a lot of those penalty yards, making his second down very manageable.
Well, that's 3 for 3 for Ben Shep, now 50 yards. He said Eigelhardt for 15, Bodine for 20, and Bruner for 15. So the four horsemen are off and running here for the Aggies there in the Serb Pro red zone. Option to the wide side, and there goes Hank Bodine running through tackles. He's going to have a first down. A first down into the Serb Pro red zone goes Hank Bodine.
Kind of showing that speed option look there, getting the pitch out to Bodine again. Once again, a lot of it's been on the perimeter here on the edges for Velva. A lot of success on this first drive.
Ryan Family Dealership replay. It's an 11-yard gain, that little quick option, and there went Bodine, man, in space. He is hard to bring down. Breaking tackles is the senior Bodine. First and goal from the 8 for the Aggies. And it's going to be a design run and a keep for Ben Shep. He pile drives his way to the 5. He stood up and stacked up there. Short gain of 3, sets up second down and goal.
A play we saw a lot last week, kind of Bodine turning into that lead blocker, leading the way for Shep. Probably not the last time we're going to see that. They like the numbers matchup. They're going to run that a lot. They love Ben Shep carrying the football.
Clock trips under 6 minutes to play here, first quarter. Velva knocking on the door. This time it's going to be an option play. Bozzard has the pitch, and he is carrying a pile. It's a rugby scrum pile into the end zone. Touchdown! How about that push?
Initially, it looked like the Cardinals had that play doomed from the start. Jaden Lee, great job holding and setting the edge. Bozzard ends up in the end zone. I think the whole offensive line about picked him up and carried him in.
Yeah, he's stacked up at the 5, and then all of a sudden you just see that whole thing surging to the goal line. It's a great Ryan Family Dealership replay right there. Extra point is wide right for Bodine. And we have a touchdown timeout. 5:42 to play. First quarter from Larry Sandy Field in Velva. It is Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison 6 and the Langdon Area-Munich Cardinals zip. Come back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Now the ensuing kickoff is going to sail out of bounds after the 5-yard touchdown run for Braden Bozzard. His 8th touchdown of the season has given Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison a 6-zip lead here. And on the penalty, Velva is going to get whistled on that personal. That's going to be their 3rd penalty of the contest. And Langdon will take over at the 35-yard line.
Kind of interesting, something to monitor in this game. Velva, a team that elects to go for 2 quite often. They've done it all season. We've seen Hank Bodine kick as of late extra points in the playoffs. They elect to kick it there. See something, maybe be forced to go for 2 points on the next one.
6-play, 68-yard scoring drive for the Aggies. Langdon will hand it off. And nothing doing on first down.
Hey, thanks to North Dakota Score Feed keeping us up to date for out-of-town scores. It's the Kindred Vikings, 29-15 over Central Cass. Vikings await the winner of this one.
Yeah, you got your BNC Bank scoreboard on the bottom left, and then you got your score feed rolling those scores down. As that first down run for the Cardinals nets nothing. Second down and 10. A little backwards pass to Amble. Southpaw is going to throw it downfield looking for Schaefer, and he couldn't handle it. Oh, he had a step, the freshman. Amble, the lefty, put it on the money.
You saw it coming, TD. When you're the underdog, you pull out plays like that. Velva was not ready, but caught a break.
Let's get you a Ryan Family Dealership replay. That was a near miss. The backwards pass to Amble, and then he sets and launches it on the money, in and out of the hands. Oh, baby. That was close. That one, I guarantee you, has not been on tape the entire season.
That was a great arm by Amble, like you said. Delivered a dime, just not able to come down with it.
3rd and 10, looking for Amble on the near side, and flags fly in. I wonder if there's a grab at the top of that route.
Yeah, I think they might have got a defensive hold here by Yoakum. This has been a great matchup so far in this game. Matt Yoakum and Amble going at it in this football game.
Yeah, it's going to be pass interference whistled on the Aggies, and the penalty bugaboo has started here for Velva-Drake-Anamoose.
Coach Kravarchka has been in the ear of the officials for holding and PI about every other pass play Langdon's running, and most of the time it's been Yoakum as that defensive back he's been calling out.
Jax Johnson out to a 3 of 10 starting throwing the football. Amble incomplete on his pass, so the Cardinals 3 of 11 throwing it here in the first quarter with 4:57 to play in said first quarter. Rumfo changes sides, motion by McDonald, now they'll reset. Now motion by Amble. They fake it to him. Keeper for the quarterback, Jax Johnson. And he knifes his way into Aggie territory to their 47-yard line, give him 3.
Really good job again. Trayson Eigelhart, I said it, he sets the edge so well. Him and Bruner wrecking havoc on that defensive line early in this game, keeping that to a minimal gain. I like that. I like the pre-snap motion. I like the trick play. They called it at the right time. Amble threw a great ball to Schaefer, just not able to come down with it.
Lee splits out wide to the left. Amble's in the slot now, twins to the right. Johnson on 2nd and 7 from the Aggie 47-yard line. Jax has the snap back. Fires it into the slot. Ooh, almost a behind his head grab for Cody Amble. Step for step with him there was Bozzart, and that pass falls incomplete.
Seen that route quite a bit here early in this game. Cody Amble, that out route, try and get the ball out quick there by design was Jax Johnson.
Well, you kind of had a feeling that Langdon was going to try to run it between the tackles, Bryce, but so far they have been slinging it all over the field.
Yeah, they've elected to throw the ball quite a bit here to start this football game. Something to watch and see if they could try and maybe get Jaden Lee some carries, get the run game going.
3rd and 7. McDonald motions to the wide side. They fake it. They throw it out of the hand and out of the hands of the tight end, Theo Rumfo. Bozzart is everywhere right now for that Aggie defense.
Yeah, Bozzart is everywhere. That safety, he read that play right away, jumped it, causing another incompletion and a 4th down here for the Cardinals.
Jax Johnson has been a little bit off target, and they've been high. He hasn't had one going the other way yet, but that's something he's got to figure out very quickly. Velva is a defense that can take the ball away at any time.
Yeah, and we're at 4:07 here to play in the first quarter, and the Cardinals have gone for it 4 times on 4th down. And now you get a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field. FIBT has been doing it since 1910. Locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. We'll come back with this 4th down play. First quarter, Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison on top, 6-zip here on the PSP Network.
Red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
I get the ball crew right there for the Langdon Area-Munich Cardinals. 4th down and 7 for Langdon from the Aggie 47-yard line. 4:07 to play first quarter. Aggies will just rush 4. Johnson just whips one up. A jump ball for Amble. In and out of his hands. He was jostling with Matt Yoakum again. And the Aggies are going to hold on downs for the second time.
Really trusting Matt Yoakum, that single coverage with Amble. They continue to battle. We've seen a number of scrums here in this first quarter of those two going at it. Another turnover on downs for the Cardinals, right back to the Aggies.
Yeah, I like the no call. They're just hand fighting there. It was a great job by Yoakum, great job by Amble. Just a better play for the defense. Well, here comes Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison, 1st and 10, 47-yard line. Second man through, Hank Bodine, the tank. Ball come out there? Nope, it didn't. He just got twisted around near midfield, a gain of 2.
They're showing that 2 running back look. They put Bozzert and they put Bodine in the backfield. Good early stop there by the Cardinals, limiting the gain to a couple for Hank Bodine.
Bodine just 2 carries now, 13 yards. Ben Shep has completed all 3 of his passes for 50 yards in the first quarter with 3:28 to play in the first quarter. The Aggies on top, 6-zip on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Shep is back to pass. Looking for a double move. Got lots of time. Deep post over the middle for Bruner. Oh, incomplete. Just over his outstretched hands. Good coverage back there by the freshman Easton Schaefer for Langdon. Now he comes up hobbling.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay. That was really good coverage on the back end by the Cardinals. Shep, great job by the offensive line, giving Shep plenty of time to deliver the football on that one, but just better coverage by Schaefer on the back end.
3rd down and 8. Aggies have their first incomplete pass of the game. And now they'll send out Yoakum and Volson wide to the right. Eigelhart and Bruner wide to the left. Play action. Shep fires it into the slot, or excuse me, into the flat. Eigelhart has it, grabs it at the 40-yard line, and he's tackled immediately, but it's a first down completion of 12.
Great job there. Hank Bodine staying in to help the offensive line. Once again, great protection by the boys up front. Volson, Roberts, Wrench. I mean, all of them very well protected for Shep again on that play. Big first down for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison.
Yeah, you got to respect the big play ability, and just a little too much cushion there for the Cardinals secondary. Eigelhart slammed on the brakes. Shep put it on the money. New set of downs for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. Another quick hitter. This time it's Bruner. Oh, he sheds a tackle. There he goes down the far sideline. And he makes a man miss at the 10. Touchdown! 39 yards to the house.
Something the Aggies have loved early in this football game. The quick hitters to the perimeter. Bruner so angry with the football.
Just a 5-yard pass. Then he makes one man miss, and he was off to the races. Aggies lead 12-zip on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Bodine on for the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down, kick goes straight up in the air, and it does not go through.
No good. Like an infield fly there almost.
We had to wait a moment to see that baby come down as it had cleared the tower. Houston control. And Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison leads 12-zip with 2:36 to play in our first quarter. And we have a touchdown timeout here on the PSP Network.
Why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
39-yard scoring strike from Ben Shep to Reggie Bruner. The ensuing kickoff chases Jaden Lee back to the 5. To the 10, 15, far sideline. He squirts out to the 22-yard line, and that's where Langdon Area-Munich will take over. Well, the Cardinals have moved the football, but the defense for Velva has bent but hasn't broke. And on the other side, it's just been big play after big play for the Aggies.
Yeah, a lot of these quick hitters to the receivers. You said it well. Get your playmakers, let them get the ball in some space. Bruner doing the rest there 39 yards later. He's into the end zone, making it a 2-possession ball game.
Yeah, the yards after catch are damaging right now for Langdon Area-Munich. And you get a handoff now to Sam Davis. His first carry for Langdon, and he's bottled up. Tried the right side, didn't get nothing.
I've said it, Trayson Eigelhart been so effective on that edge these last couple weeks. It's continued today into the semifinal. So hard to run his way on the edge.
Ben Shep, by the way, now 5 of 6 throwing the football for 101 yards here in the first quarter and a touchdown. It's a pretty good start for your 2-time All-State quarterback. Looking to get the Aggies back to the Dakota Bowl. They won it 2 years ago. Were upset in the semifinals last year, coming in undefeated. Johnson's back to pass, deep over the middle. He's got Amble, and it is going to be batted away. Nice play by Vincent. That's a safety that was out of phase, and he reacted and made a play.
You could see it. That was such a great route by Amble there, showing that out route that they've shown a lot early in this game. Turns it into a post right up the middle of the field. Vincent comes over, gets a piece of it, setting up 3rd and long.
Ryan Family Dealership replay, you'll see it. It was set up here for Amble. Little stutter go, and the ball was on time, on the money. Good safety help there. There came Vincent to bat that away at the last second. Thanks to Ryan Family Dealership for bringing those replays. Little backside throw. Lee has it, but he can't get away. Has a couple yards out to the 24-yard line. A short gain of 3, and now it's 4th and long upcoming for the Cardinals.
1 second. Hey, stop me if you've heard this before. Hank Bodine reads that screen again all over that play. It looked like a screen they were trying to develop that out in the flat there. Bodine blows it up again, forcing a punt for the Cardinals.
Yeah, now you got the dangerous return man, Trey Eigelhart, back to receive a punt from Jax Johnson. Johnson standing near his own 10-yard line. Snap is back. Johnson, he might fake this. He's going to throw it. Oh, and Lee had a first down. He tried to one-hand it. It's incomplete, and a gift for the Aggies. They will take over deep in Langdon territory.
I love the gamble by Coach Kravarchka there. They had it set up. Dan Lee had enough to get the first down, maybe a little more. Couple big play opportunities in this football game. Couple drops for the Cardinals, setting Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison up in some really good field position.
Oh, it was in and out of the hands. Maybe a little high again, as Owen has said. Johnson's been a couple high on a few deliveries, but now the Aggies take over just outside the Servpro red zone, and they're going to hit it, and they're going to throw it. And there is Eigelhart, and he is wide open. Back pedals into the end zone. The Aggie train is in full motion.
That is Ben Shep using his eyes there, confident in the pocket. They've been attacking the Cardinals a lot on the perimeter there. How about Eigelhart right up the seam? One play later, the Aggies are into the end zone.
Now you're going to see it right here. Shep looks off to the right, comes back to Eigelhart on that backside post, and he had nobody within distance of him. 24-yard strike. Ben Shep is dealing right now for the Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison Aggies. 2-point conversion on the way. Shep is back, looks to the pylon, and it's going to be tipped away. Incomplete. And the only thing that's happened so far that's gone negative for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison has been the penalties and the 2-point or 1-point conversions. Other than that, it's been a train.
Yeah, you talk about the 4 horsemen. It's on display here in this first half. We're still in the first quarter, 53 seconds remaining. All Aggies, 18-0.
24-yard touchdown pass to Trey Eigelhart. We can tell you that today's game brought to you by these local sponsors. Eigelhart Farms, the Aggie Foundation, People's State Bank in Velva, Flyway Companies, Quinn Long, Finish Line Burgers and Brew. Today's game, single A broadcast brought to you by Choice Bank in Langdon, United Communications, your broadband service provider for Langdon and Munich, the Langdon Eagles Club, Langdon Implement, Farmers and Merchants State Bank in Langdon, and a short kickoff going to be corralled down by Theo Rumfo, and he's bottled up at the 35-yard line. Today's game also brought to you in part by CHS Garrison, the Coffee Coop.
Coffee Coop, yeah.
Coffee Coop in Garrison. Farmers Union Insurance in Garrison, then their agent Brian Newenhouse, and the Four Seasons Restaurant Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street in Garrison. Our thanks to all those folks for helping bring you today's live stream broadcast on the PSP network. Cardinals fake a pass, and there comes Johnson, and he is jackknifed down. Jax Johnson maybe picks up one.
Reggie Bruner, great job. Read that from the get-go, holding the Cardinals to a minimal gain. If you're Coach Kravarchik, you've really got to focus on first down, your ability to. They haven't had much success on yardage on first down in this football game.
Just 22 seconds remaining in our first quarter. It's been all Aggies. Langdon area, they've 2nd down and 9 from their 37. Design QB run, and Johnson gets sandwiched after a couple-yard gain. And that's going to put a mark on a decisive first quarter here for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. The Aggies, impressive. They lead 18-0. Second quarter comes up next on the PSP network.
Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
In a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Now 3rd down and 9 for the Cardinals. Johnson slings it into the slot. Ooh, almost picked off by Vincent. Johnson was looking in the flat for Tanner McDonald.
That's a play. They've ran a lot here in the early going. Kind of just that simple out route. Vincent jumping this one. Almost ending up in a pick 6 for the Aggies.
Yeah, it looks like Langdon Area-Munich is going to drop back into a punting situation. Cardinals have Johnson standing back at his 27-yard line. The dangerous return man, Trey Eigelhart, near his 20. High snap. Johnson has it, bangs a high, wobbling punt. Eigelhart fields it at the 23-yard line. Skips through one tackle, and then he's bottled up as he gets out to the 37-yard line. Ends up being a 30-yard punt for Johnson, but a 6-yard return for Eigelhart, and Velva-Drake-Anamoose takes over. How about these numbers for Ben Shep? Just starting the second quarter of play. Oh, by the way, he's 6 for 7 for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Pretty nice quarterback rating to start this game for Ben Shep.
That would be a very large quarterback rating. It's been almost 10 yards a play for the Aggies thus far. Now they'll hand it off to Big Hank Bodine. And he churns his way outside past the 40, out to the 44-yard line. Give him 6 on first down.
Great job by Bodine. Keep the legs turning, keep them moving. Good first down carry, about 5 for the Aggies. Seems like everything's been working offensively in this game. Out to an 18-0 lead to start.
Hank Bodine, multiple-time All-Staters, got 700 yards rushing on the season, 200 yards receiving, over 1,000 yards of offense, and 15 touchdowns. And the toss play as you get a steady dose of Hank Bodine. And maybe a couple. Pretty good job of stacking that up for that Cardinals defense.
Really good job, Theo Rumfo there. not allowing Bodine to get loose there. Something I thought I'd see a little more of to start the game. I know it's early, but the defensive line, see if they can get more involved in this game, wreak some more havoc for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think if you're the Cardinals, you just got to slow it down at this point in time. Maybe get a stop, get the football back. You have not stopped Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison at all. Twins left, twins right, 3rd down and a long 2. Shep fires it in the slot. He's got his man. Eigelhart grabs it. He's twisted down immediately, but a 1st down gain of 7 to the Cardinals' 48-yard line.
Great job. It looked like Amble had read that play there, threading the needle there. Shep, simple 3-step drop. Football out to Eigelhart. Another 1st down for the Aggies.
It's already 4 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown for Trey Eigelhart. First down handoff, Bossert churning his way, the fullback. Oh boy, a nice run. Straight north and south running there for the Aggies, and they pick up 9.
Fantastic push. The offensive line from Velva has been really good. Pass protection for Shep. The run game here on this drive really starting to assert themselves in this football game.
Jacob Lowry, the big defensive tackle for the Cardinals, along with Landon Schneider in there to pull down Bossert. But it was a big gain of, we'll call it 9 on 1st down. Aggies have moved it to the Cardinals' 40-yard line. Volson in motion, comes back to where he started. Handoff Bodine, and he's got a 1st down.
There you see the patience. Hank Bodine there, letting his blocks develop. Don't need much for the 1st down, picks up a few, continues to move the chains for the Aggies.
I appreciate you getting my pronunciation correct on that. I think I've been between Bodine and Bodine a few times today, but it's Hank Bodine.
Yeah.
Hank Bodine.
Hank Bodine,
How can I get that name wrong? I mean, the guy's been playing football for Velva for like 18 years. Hank Bodine now has 5 carries, 25 yards in the contest. And he's going to get it again. Nice jump cut in the hole. Gets touched there by Lowry, but Bodine falls ahead for a couple.
Been a heavy dose of Hank to take on this drive. Got to be thinking maybe Coach Weidler setting something up for a play action look, maybe something to Bruner, maybe something to Eigelhart. Maybe look for that on 2nd and long here.
Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by the UPS store. They're located on South Broadway in Minot in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. 2nd down and 8 from the Cardinal 34-yard line. There's your play action, double move, looking for Bruner, and he's got it. 6 more for the Aggies.
Ben Shep in the pocket has been tremendous in this one. The look off, the pump fake, down the sideline to Bruner, adding to the lead in this football game, all Aggies.
Ben Shep is putting it on the money, and he is putting on a clinic. How about that? Lofting it with touch over the defense. He hits Reggie Bruner in stride. Well, Hank Bodine, let's see if Velva can make an extra point. Low snap, hold is down. Hank's kick is up and through. 7 more for the home team. New score from Larry Sandy Field early in the 2nd quarter with 7:53 to play before halftime. Velva-Drake-Anamoose 25, Langdon 0. More after this touchdown timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Cody Amble drops the ensuing kickoff, picks it up, and he's got positive yardage. Amble lugs it out to the 31-yard line, and that's where Langdon area will take over. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. Try the Blue Buffalo or the plain cheese. 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Yeah, that Cardinals sideline is a little despondent right now as they're down 25 here in the first half with 7:39 to play in that first half. And there goes Sam Davis. Good run on first down. Takes it out past the 35, cut down at the 37-yard line, but that's 6 for Sam Davis.
Something I thought we'd see a little more of, but a really good game there by Sam Davis on first down. Between the tackles, look for Langdon. Like you said, Todd, maybe slow this game down a little bit, sustain a drive, go out there, eat some of this clock up, try and get something positive, end up in the end zone.
2nd down and 4. Cardinals with an offset eye. They fake it one way. They come back to Lee. And he's going to be close to the sticks. Puts his head down and he burrows his way out to the 41-yard line, and they will give him a first down.
Great job. Nice little counter look there on that play. Picking up enough for a first down as we tick to under 7 minutes here in the first half.
Yeah, and Owen, you're near that Langdon sideline. What's the mood down there right now on the Cardinals side?
Well, it's pretty quiet, but Coach Kravarchi couldn't help but smile when Bruner just caught that last touchdown. It is such a joy to watch this Aggie offense, no matter who you're rooting for.
Well, and hey, we mentioned Coach Kravarchi as kind of a hoarse whisperer for offense, and he appreciates good plays, and there's a big play. How about that defensive line?
Really good job, 72. Wrench in the backfield. A guy I love, Owen knows, Emmett Laggy cleaning that play up at the linebacker position, setting the Cardinals up in 2nd and long.
Absolutely, the Garrison Trooper right there in the middle of the defense.
Langdon handed it off on your Ryan Family Dealership replay, and Lee, yeah, he got enveloped. Wrench grabbed onto him and slings him down for a loss of 1. And Langdon now facing a 2nd down and 11. Under 6 to play here before halftime. Stay tuned. Our Magic Towing halftime report comes up next. Jax Johnson back to pass. Jump ball for Cody Amble. Tipped once, twice. Oh, incomplete. Double coverage back there by Stefan and Vincent. Langdon showed no regrets about lofting that thing up on a jump ball to Cody Amble.
Yeah, they've given Cody Amble quite a few looks here, but how about the secondary on the back end for the Aggies? Stefan and Joachim have been terrific, really battling Amble this entire football game, setting up 3rd and long here on this one for the Cardinals.
And Johnson had time, just lofts it up. Amble battling there with Stefan. Yeah, there you see the tip, almost a secondary catch for Cody Amble, but now it's 3rd down and 11. Langdon from their own 40. Johnson looking left, comes back over the middle, and his receiver wasn't looking, and that's going to be picked off. Vincent has it at the 30, and a return 35-40, far sideline midfield, and a turnover has gone the way of the Velva Aggies.
We were just talking about the secondary's been so good for the Aggies. Johnson kind of throwing up a 50-50 ball there. Ends up in the hands of Vincent. Everything going the Aggies' way in this one so far this afternoon.
Guys, I had the perfect here to kind of Johnson was seeing, and I'm really not sure what he saw there. Kind of just threw it up into the middle of the field, and yeah, it gets picked off.
Yeah, you know, Langdon is a team that they talk about being precise and precision. That time, quarterback and receiver were not on the same page, and it results in a pick. Aggies take over at the Cardinal 38-yard line. Shep is dealing. He's looking, he's got time, and now he's going to be out. He sneaks out. No, he's decked. Dropped in the backfield. Get big number 75, Keaton Elliott's, along with looked like TJ. No, it was Theo Rumpfel. How about that? I'm going to talk about that Rumpfel name for just a second for the Cardinals as they get a sack there for Elliott and Rumpfel. Theo, his older brother Jack, a all-state baseball player and football player for the Cardinals, and that's cousins to Mason Rumpfel, Simon Rumpfel, Grant Rumpfel. And I think everybody in Region 2 and in football up there is tired of the Rumpfels.
Yeah, folks from Calvin, North Dakota.
You know it. Shep is back to pass after the Langdon sack. Fires it. Bruner has it at the 40. Amble is going to track him down and twist him down at the 35-yard line. A positive gain of 8 yards. And Ben Shep is now 9 of 10 throwing the football.
Yeah, what is a perfect quarterback rating? In a 158.3, I believe. Ben Shep is pretty close to that today. He's been so accurate with the football, the pump fakes, the looking off, just delivering dimes here in this semifinal game.
3rd and 7 for Velva from the Langdon 36-yard line. Ball on the right side hash mark, twins to the right. Shep goes play action. Looks to Eigelhart, got him on the far sideline. Slips one tackle at the 20. Pile drives his way down to the 14-yard line. Another 18-yard completion, and this is dissection at its best.
You see all the attention on the play action, going with Bruner on the go route there. Shep says, hey, I'll take Eigelhart underneath, continue to move the chains. The accuracy from Ben Shep in the pocket continues.
Connection between quarterbacks and wide receivers. Almost every play is an option route. If it's man-to-man, they're going deep, or else if it's a zone, they're just going to sit in it. And the connection there with Shep to all of his wide receivers, so good, able to communicate that without words.
And into the Serve Pro red zone goes Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. The Aggies do burn timeout. Serve Pro brings you this red zone. Advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. And a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field. Locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. 25-zip, Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison cruising here in the A semifinals. We're back with more after this break on the PSP Network.
Fetch it, drop it, and drop it. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Now from the Serve Pro red zone, Aggies looking for more. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. And a straight ahead handoff. Bossard has the carry. Not much there. Lowry, Schneider. Defensive line, the interior there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals gotta come up with a stop on this drive. Try and take some type of momentum into the second half.
Well, if they're going to have some momentum, they got to find a way to slow down Ben Shep, Trey Eigelhart, and Bruner, because those three have been wreaking some damage. Play action. Shep fights off one tackle. Now he's scrambling, and he gets close to the end zone, but he's marked down. How about the strength at the end of that run?
How about Ben Shep improvising there, getting outside the pocket, takes off using his feet just short. Maybe call it the half-yard line, maybe the 1.
Ben Shep just picked up 12, and he lugs it down to the shadow of the goal line. Velva-Drake-Anamoose looking to punch one in. Langdon running in. Hine for a little support in that linebacker crew. Velva's down to 9 on the play clock, and are they going to have to hustle here? Well, they probably get it off. They're under center with 3, now 2. 1st and goal from the 1. Shep is just going to sneak it off the right side, and he eclipses the goal line. Touchdown, Velva.
Ben Shep calling his own number there. Saw a lane to the right side. Ends up into the end zone from 1 yard out. This Aggies offense, so difficult to defend. All facets of the game. Super impressive first half.
Yeah, they got behind the right side of that offensive line. Roberts, Bryant, good push by the center Foss. And you see it right there. Shep just pile drives his way in. Here's the ensuing extra point. And Hank is firing them through the uprights right now. A new score from Larry Sandy Field in Velva. And it is all Aggies. 32-0 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. A touchdown timeout here on the PSP Network. Jaden Lee has the kickoff return off of the 1-yard touchdown run for Ben Shep. And even 2 minutes to play in the first half. We mentioned that halftime report coming up next. Brought to you by Magic Towing. You blow it, they'll tow it. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving western North Dakota. And now the whole PSP team here. Todd Domries, Bryce Gutknecht, Owen Patterson, along with our crew, Nick Hallberg, Brock Beater, Langdon Domries run the cameras and producing for us today. Hope you're enjoying the coverage of the semifinals on the PSP network. And you get the quarterback Johnson, a little read option there for Langdon. Produces positive yardage out to the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
I've liked that. These last couple possessions that Langdon Area's had, electing to run the football a little more between the tackles, try and set yourself up in some more manageable second and third downs.
Well, this Aggie defense has been stout. They give up 93 yards a game on the ground, just 65 yards passing. They only give up 150 yards of passing. Now they're going to blitz off the edge. And Johnson mistimed, and he throws it over his intended receiver, Tanner McDonald.
That was blocked at the line of scrimmage by Eigelhart on that cat blitz. And say, Bryce, we talk about all year long, playing the percentages. Those low percentage plays for Langdon have not been working. Just if it's just 2 or 3 yards, high percentage plays is what they need here at the end of the first and start of the second half.
And now that's 5 straight incompletions for Jax Johnson, including that interception. And the quarterback for the Cardinals right now, 4 of 20 in the first half. 3rd down and 5, minute and a half to play. Quarterback draw. Johnson angling, making people miss, and he's got a first down gallop. Near midfield, he's busted down at the 46-yard line. Biggest running play of the day. That's 15 yards for the QB, Jax Johnson.
Great job by Jax Johnson there. Looked like that play was kind of doomed there for almost a negative gain. Ends up in a huge first down. See if the Cardinals can get something on the scoreboard before this first half runs out.
Cardinals got 2 timeouts remaining with 1 minute to play first half. From the Aggie 46-yard line, McDonald motions from left to right. Johnson rolling right, back to pass. Sets, fires, comeback route. Amble has it, and he's slung down in Aggie territory at the 38-yard line. Positive gain for the Cardinals.
Yeah, great job. Get Amble in some space there. Another first down for the Cardinals, moving the chains again.
16-yard gain to Amble. Another quick hitter in the slot. Eigelhart got in the vision there of Johnson. He was looking for McDonald again, and that's just the feel that Trey Eigelhart has for the game of football.
Yeah, I had said it. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your arms up. It looked like he maybe almost got a piece of that one again. I'm not sure if he did, but he been really close on a couple opportunities on this drive. Great job by Trayson Eigelhart.
Guys, if I know who my comic book superheroes are, I believe Eigelhart has football gloves with the Flash logo on it. It's hard to see him out there.
Jax Johnson will whip it far sideline. He's got his receiver. Easton Schaefer grabs it. Clock will roll. And now Coach Kravarchka for Langdon will take a First International Bank and Trust timeout after that gain of 6 to the freshman Easton Schaefer. Family-owned independent community bank. That's First International Bank and Trust, locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. Velva cruising here late in the first half. We'll come back and close out the first 24 after this break on the PSP Network. Well, you got to eat an elephant one step at a time, maybe one bite at a time. The Cardinals, with 32 seconds to play in the first half, have moved it to the Aggie 32-yard line. And they have it 1st and 10. Check that, 3rd and 5 from there. Rolling right is Johnson, and he's got a man. Far sideline, and he completes it to Jaden Lee. Down to the 12.
Really good. It looked like Bruner had that play blown up. Jax Johnson able to escape the pressure, delivering a dime to Jaden Lee. Jaden Lee was able to get out of bounds to Big first down.
Yeah, into the ServPro red zone as Lee did indeed get out of bounds, stops the clock with 25 seconds to play first half. And Langdon still has 1 timeout remaining. Train technology, fire and water cleanup.
Here.
Johnson looking left, and he throws a slant pattern, but it's too tall for his intended receiver, Easton Schaefer.
Handed for number 21.
Name we've called quite a bit in this first half. Evan Wrench been very good on the defensive line there, applying some pressure to Jax Johnson on that play.
I'm sorry, I cut you off a moment ago. Owen, were you talking about the defense there on the sideline?
Yeah, one of the rarities you're going to see from Velva, Ben Shep, is out there on defense for more than 1 snap. He played 1 snap of safety last week against Harvey Wells County, now out there for back-to-back plays.
Well, yeah, it's crunch time. 12-yard line with 22 seconds to play in the first half. Langdon motions Amble, and they're going to give it to him. Now he's going to throw it back. Now he's going to fire it back to Jax Johnson, and that play is going to lose yardage. Langdon went to the bag of tricks, and it loses 3 yards. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Check that, it's going to be 3rd and 13 now after the loss of 3.
Yeah, really good discipline by the Velva defense on that play, forcing them to use their last time out of the first half, setting them up in 3rd and long.
We're going to sort that one out. It was another pass for Cody Amble. He completes it to the quarterback for a -3. And we get a First International Bank and Trust timeout. Langdon has burned their final timeout here of the first half. Locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. 12 seconds to play first half. 3rd down and 13 now for Langdon from the Aggies' 16-yard line.
Gotta believe there's something to the end zone on this play. You don't have any timeouts remaining. Gotta go to the end zone on this 3rd and long.
Lee will shift to an H-back formation. Johnson has the snap back. Looking over the middle. He's got Jaden Lee. Is that a touchdown?
I gotta believe he's into the end zone on that play. It looked like he broke the plane from up here.
No single yet, says Jaden Lee got right down to the goal line. Yes, touchdown. Touchdown, Langdon.
Some much needed points before the half for the Cardinals. 3rd and long, can't be tackled in bounds. Jaden Lee breaks the plane. Some huge points here. Try and carry any sort of momentum into the second half.
Jaden Lee from 16 yards out has a touchdown here late in the first half. Now the Cardinals will line up on go for 2. I do not believe I got that one on a Ryan Family Dealership replay. It took so long for him to signal it was a touchdown that I was a little late on the draw. 2-point conversion. Johnson throws it in between a couple of Cardinal receivers. It's incomplete. And we're going to try this Ryan Family Dealership replay. I don't think it's going to work. You might get the officials, yeah.
Little conversation, yeah. They want to get it right.
I'm laughing. No, there we go. Touchdown! You completely missed the play, but you got the officials having a zebra huddle. Oh, that's good stuff right there. As we got a new score on your BNC National Bank scoreboard with 7 seconds to play here before halftime. 32-6 BNC Bank, locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona. They provide you with banking and wealth management service for your business and family. You can visit them online today at bnc.bank.
Thanks to North Dakota Score Feed, keeping us up to date with some out-of-town scores. Today, Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, and 9-man leads Lytton, HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland. 32-8 after halftime. New Rockford, Cheyenne with the early fireworks against West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn. They led 14-0 at the last check.
And as Owen mentioned earlier, Kindred has defeated Central Cass, so the winner of this game will take on the Vikings, who are looking to go back-to-back in this A bracket. As Sam Davis set to kick off. Low end over end kick is going to be fielded by Eichelhardt at the 20. Just gallops his way, slips a tackle or two, and he's going to be hog-tied and drop down at the 38-yard line, and that will be our final play of the first half. And what a first half it was for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. They put up 32. We'll come back with our Magic Towing halftime report. We'll get to the scores from across the states. Talk about our Dakota Bowl coverage next week. We'll have highlights and the numbers from our first 24 minutes of action from the Single A semifinals here at Larry Sandy Field in Velva. PNC Bank scoreboard at the half. It is Velva 32, Langdon 6.
To you by. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Well, it's not every day you get a view in the distance of some horses.
There they are. Yeah, they're up there.
It's a great setting here. It's kind of a bowl effect right on the banks in the river valley, so to speak, of the Mouse River here in Velva. And it has been in tune for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison as they put up 32 in the first half of the semifinals here in the single A brackets. It's our Magic Towing halftime report. Remember the number and call Magic Towing when you need a tow. You blow it, they'll tow it. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. And if you mention the PSP Network, they give you $50 off your next tour. Thanks to the fine folks at Magic Towing for being our halftime sponsor on the PSP Network. Man, that was impressive. We'll get to numbers in just a second, Bryce, but the efficiency and the big play and the yards after the catch and just that short passing game for the most part for Velva was on point, and Ben Shep was just dealing in that first half.
It's just a great mix of taking what the defense is giving you. You've seen some of the quick shots to start the game, get Eigelhart, get Bruner involved, some quick hitters on the outside. Then you see Shep, the accuracy with the long ball, the pump fake, the play action setup, down the sideline, delivered that one dime to Reggie Bruner. Ben Shep, so accurate. Efficiency was the correct word, Mr. Domries.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost borderline uncanny how good he was. He only had one incompletion in the first half. All right, while we have a second, we'll give you a B&C scoreboard update here as, in case you missed it, your finals are set for the Dakota Bowl next Friday, as you will have in the 3A, Fargo Davies and West Fargo Cheyenne. Impressive win for the Eagles and the Mustangs yesterday. And in your AA bracket, you will have West Fargo Horace for the first time taking on Red River. Both those teams picking up semifinal victories last night. And final score in from Kindred today in the A bracket has Kindred defeating Central Cass 29-15. So the Vikings will have a chance to defend their 11A title, and they'll take on the winner of this one. Velva looking good here in the first half. And in the 9-man brackets, you got two games in progress right now. With 3 minutes left in the third quarter, LLM, that's Lemoore Litchville Marion, taking care of Linton HMB Strasburg Zeeland 44-16 in that one. And nearing halftime, New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock, the Rockets lead the West Hope Newburgh Glenburn Sioux 22-12. So the brackets are becoming ever more complete as we move on through the playoffs here in the state of North Dakota. All right, we'll get to the numbers here as first off team numbers. Langdon has 11 carries, 45 yards in the first half, 80 yards passing for Jax Johnson, 133 yards of total offense for the Cardinals. Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison rushes it 12 times for 57 yards. Ben Shep throws it for 193 in the first half. 250 yards of total offense for the Aggies. A couple individual numbers. Langdon led on the ground by Jax Johnson's 6 carries for 33 yards. And Jax throwing the football was 8 of 25 for 88 yards, was picked off once and had a touchdown to Jaden Lee on the second to last play of the first half. Lee had 3 catches, 39 yards, and a TD. Cody Emble also with 3 catches for 38 yards. Velva led on the ground by Hank Bodine. 6 carries, 27 yards. Ben Shep has a rushing touchdown, as does Braden Bossert. As he carved that one in from 5 yards out. And, hey, the story of the first half for me, Ben Shep, 10 of 11 in the first half, 193 through the air, and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those going to Reggie Bruner and 1 going to Trey Eigelhart. That was a clinic by your senior quarterback for the Aggies.
Yeah, we talked about it. His accuracy, a guy who doesn't make a lot of mistakes, doesn't turn over the football. We saw it on display in the first half. How about the Cardinals? They did try some trickery. Todd, you were talking about it. Amble had a great throw to Schaefer on that goal route. Schaefer just not able to come down with it. Then they run the fake punt. Looks like they had it set up for enough yardage. Couldn't complete that as well. So a couple gambles just not able to, that were not paid off by the Cardinals in the first half.
The Cardinals came with their gun loaded, man. They were going to empty the bullets today, and they did that. Just couldn't connect on a lot of that stuff as Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison leads big at halftime. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our halftime highlights as our Magic Towing halftime report rolls on. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. BNC Bank scoreboard at the break. Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison 32, Langdon 6. More of our halftime after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Priceless memories. Learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go. The team at Ackerman-Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman-Estvold. Trusted for decades and decades to come.
Wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Back in our Magic Towing halftime report. You blow it, they'll tow it. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. All right, here's a couple halftime highlights. As here's your first touchdown of the game. Braden Bozzard. Man, how about that push? Into the end zone goes Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. Man, I hate when they do that. They took about 2 minutes off the clock there, folks, and we are underway in the second half. Velva-Drake-Anamoose. Oh, we're going to give you one more highlight here. Well, this one is too good to not bring to you, as this was the touchdown pass. Little double move. How about that strike? Reggie Bruner in stride into the end zone. That was the third touchdown of the day for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison, and the Aggies will have possession. We are underway in our third quarter. The kickoff returned by the Aggies to the 22-yard line, and that's where Ben Shep will bring him out. Shep, as mentioned, 10 of 11 for 193 yards in the first half, and they'll toss it to Hank Bodine. He's submarined and dropped down at the 25, a short gain of 2.
This Cardinal defense, I know we talked about the success with Shep. They've been holding their own in the run game, though, trying to limit, done a decent job at limiting Hank Bodine.
Yeah, it was only 57 yards of rushing in the first half for Velva. That's well under their 242 yards of rushing typically. Third quarter on your BNC Bank scoreboard, 32-6, Aggies on top, just underway. Second down, Shep Flushed out of the pocket, and now he is going to be dropped. Sacked in the backfield. Rumpho, Schneider in the vicinity.
For Langdon in this second half, you might think down 26 points, it's going to start with a score. No, it starts with a stop and stops continuously this third and fourth quarter for the Cardinals.
Yeah, great work at getting off a block there by Theo Rumpho.
Yeah, really good job. It looked like he maybe have had some contact with the face mask of Shep, but regardless, it is a negative play, no penalty called. Really good start for the Cardinals defense to the second half.
Yeah, loss of 8. And on 3rd and long, Shep looking over the middle. Steps up, launches it late, and it is going to be incomplete. TJ Henderson on the coverage, step for step with Trey Eigelhart at midfield, and the Cardinals bat it away.
Really good job by Shep to step up in the pocket, give his guy a shot. The coverage on the back end is there for the Cardinals. TJ Henderson all over Eigelhart on that play.
Yeah, TJ Henderson, the 145-pound sophomore linebacker, back in coverage. How about this tip away? Yeah, at the very end. That is a nice job by the Cardinals middle linebacker. Back to punt is Shep. A low bounding kick has a favorable Aggie roll. And it's going to spin its way down to the 41-yard line. So I guess first things first, you get the Aggies to punt for the first time today. And it's a 44-yard punt for Ben Shep, and the Cardinals take over. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by these local sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. The Langdon Eagles Club, United Communications, Choice Bank in Langdon, Langdon Implement, and Farmers and Merchants State Bank in Langdon. 1st and 10 Cardinals, and it's a run for Jax Johnson. Skips through one tackle, and he backs his way to the 45-yard line, give him 4.
Something we saw towards the later portion of the first half, electing to run the football a little more on first down, setting yourself into some more manageable situations. Nice gain on first down for the Cardinals.
Jax Johnson threw it 25 times in the first half. Cody Amble had 2 pass attempts in the first half. Langdon passed it 27 times. 2nd down and 5. Cardinals will motion Amble, and they'll toss it to him on a wide side jet sweep. Can't get a block on the edge. Good pursuit by Eigelhart, and also was that...
I believe it was Leggy on that play.
Leggy, really, exactly.
Yeah, really good job. 21, Braden Bozzer, we've called his name a lot. He's been spectacular on the defensive side of the football today, setting the edge there, forcing Amble to cut back to where his help is. Great job by Leggy and Eigelhart cleaning it up.
3rd down and 6 for Langdon from their own 46-yard line. One receiver wide to the right, couple receivers left. Straight ahead run, Jaden Lee got to the hole, and then he got stamped. Hank Bodine with the lick.
Bodine has handed out some punishment from the linebacker position, just right through the hole. Saw that play right away, developing a 4th down, a huge 4th down to start the second half for Langdon area.
How about this Ryan Family Dealership replay? Bodine meets Lee. Lee goes nowhere. 4th down and 5. We'll call it a long 4. Cardinals will go for it. Blitz is on. Eigelhart off the edge. They get it out to Rumpho. He's got space. Down the sideline of the 40. Gets a block at the 30. To the 25, and he's nudged out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A 33-yard backside reception to the tight end, Theo Rumpho.
What a great play call. It looked like Aggies were set up well defensively. They elected to drop Bruner off in coverage, but still Johnson getting it out to Rumpho on the screen, set up really well. Huge first down for Langdon area.
I got the tail end of that on your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Check out their inventory at driveryan.com. Cardinals into the Serve Pro red zone. Handoff Lee, and Reggie Bruner crashes that play down from his defensive end position, no gain.
Reggie Bruner, the future Dragon, on his way to MSU at Moorhead. The motor on this kid, so impressive. Such a force on the defensive side for the Aggies.
Clock drips down to 7:42 to play third quarter. 32-6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Velva leads Langdon. Langdon has moved into the Serve Pro red zone. They got trained technicians, advanced fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Motion by McDonald from left to right. Twins to the right for the Cardinals. Johnson has to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to scramble. Makes a couple guys miss, but he's dropped down there by Trey Eigelhart as he gets to the 16-yard line. That's a scramble of 4 for the QB Johnson.
You see a little frustration by Reggie Bruner there. Looked like he had the sack. Johnson able to escape it, pick up a few positive yards.
You got to look at Matt Weidler over there on the Velva Aggies bench. But the two coaches are also baseball coaches.
Oh, there you go.
For their respective high schools. And now it's 3rd and 7 for Langdon from the 16. Johnson looking right. Uh-oh, and that's picked off. And there goes Reggie Bruner. And that's going to be a pick 6. 85 yards. And the landscape has changed at Larry Sandy Field.
You saw that on that last play where they were able to convert on that screen pass. They dropped Bruner in the coverage. They do it again here. I don't even know if Johnson even seen him there. Really staring down as intended target there. Bruner jumps it. 85 yards later, he's into the end zone.
Nice 3rd and 7 there in the red zone. You could have ran it there. Obviously, they're going to be going for it on 4th down. You're right, Bryce. Johnson did not see Bruner right there.
And Velva's going to line up and go for 2. Bruner has twins to his left, one receiver wide to the right. Check that, Shep, who has Bruner wide to the right. He's got all kinds of time. Launches it, but it's tipped at the line of scrimmage. And pass is incomplete for the 2-point conversion, but a new score from Velva. The Aggies increased that advantage to 38-6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard with 6:01 to play here in quarter number 3.
They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
'85-yard pick 6 for Reggie Bruner has increased the Aggies' lead. Getting set for the ensuing kickoff. We can tell you today's game brought to you by these local sponsors: Eigelhart Farms, the Aggie Foundation, and People's State Bank of Velva. Jaden Lee has a return from the 15, and he meanders his way out to the 27. That's where Langdon will take over. I can tell you today's game also brought to you in part by Flyway Companies, Quinn Long, Finish Line Burgers and Brew, CHS Garrison, the Coffee Coop in Garrison, Farmers Unit Insurance, Garrison agent Brian Neuenhaus, and the Four Seasons Restaurant Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street in Garrison. Thanks to all those local sponsors. They do indeed make these broadcasts possible for us on the PSP network. And Langdon, staring into the sun, has a direct snap back to Johnson. And he got introduced there to Hank Bodine. He's crumpled up at the 30. Gain of 2.
Kind of saw it in the pregame. This Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison, they have an urgency today on that field. Obviously, last year, the disappointment in this particular game into the semifinals, really showing it today. Hank Bodine, every single play on the defensive end, just so active. Really impressive effort defensively by the Aggies today.
And the sign of a good team, right? Langdon had just stopped Velva, gotten a punt, had gotten a big play from Theo Rumpfo, and we're in the Serve Pro red zone. And the next thing you know, a pick 6 just completely wiped out any momentum that the Cardinals seemingly were trying to grab. No gain for Johnson on second down. Sets up third down and a long 8.
Yeah, you see the ways they choose to use Reggie Bruner. He can rush the passer. He can play the run. Let's remember, he used to play cornerback for how many years here before they moved him to the defensive line. He can drop back into coverage. Such a weapon for the Aggies.
Third down and long, high snap. Johnson, his pass, swatted down. Eigelhardt has done it again. Came up from his linebacker position. He was almost on the line of scrimmage, maybe on a little bit of a blitz. We'll get your Ryan Family dealership replay as Eigelhardt. Yeah, you see him lined up as a linebacker, but all of a sudden he kind of just creeps his way up and bats that ball down.
We've seen him do that a number of times. I believe he's had 3 pass deflections in this ball game.
And the ensuing Jack Johnson punt goes pretty much straight up in the air. No return. Eigelhardt had no chance of returning that. Ends up being a 30-yard punt for Jax Johnson on his second punt of the game. Velva-Drake-Anamoose will take over with 3:51 to play in the third quarter. On your BNC Bank scoreboard, your life's busy. They make managing money easy. Locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. Today's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. Professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out online at minotbraces.com. Aggies leading by 32 here in the third as they motion Shep. And there's the Wildcat to Hank Bodine. And he's into the second level. Bodine drives his way out past the 45 to the 46. Give him 8.
Actually, I believe it was Bozzard on the
carry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you.
Yep, they motioned out Shep. Kind of show that Wildcat look that is. We've seen that a number of times in the playoffs from Velva.
Hey, guys, good to see Braden Bossert back in the lineup. He took a very awkward hit above the shoulders last week against Harvey Wells County. Again, great to see him healthy today.
Bossert gets 8, sets up second down and 2. This time Shep fakes it to Bossert, and there goes Ben Shep, banging his way into Cardinal territory, and he rolls it down to the 36-yard line. Give him 20.
Great decision by Shep to keep it there. Huge gain. I talked about that playing at pregame a lot. If they see the numbers in the box, they're going to run that quite a bit and get Shep going with his legs.
Well, actually, they only give him 18. Officially marked him down a couple yards shorter than my eyes saw, but with 2.5 to play, the Aggies hand it off to Bozzert. And he's got a seam. And he's loose into the second level. And there he goes into the Serve Pro red zone inside the 20, marked down at the 14-yard line. 23 big, quick yards for Braden Bozzert and the senior rolling here as they're turning to Bozzert now. And give Hank Bodine a break.
Yeah, it's a great job. Kind of a one cut and go there, Bozzert. Good patience on that run. Couple really nice runs by Braden Bozzert. He's been terrific defensively in the secondary, now getting his opportunities to carry the football.
Serve Pro red zone. Aggies in it again from the 13-yard line with 2 to play in the third. Shep is going to duck under center with trips to the left. Well, it didn't look like they were set, but they toss it left side to Bossert, and he got hit hard. Going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Like it was Maddox Stremick there on the hit. Yep. Jax Johnson also in the vicinity. Bossert has no gain.
Be interesting to see. Said it in the first.
Ben Shep hasn't attempted a pass here in the second half. Is that where you were going?
I was thinking it, and I'm thinking they've been in these situations where they didn't pick up any yards on first down running the football. They really elect to go to that play-action pass on second down.
And Shep's going to hand it off, a steady dose of Braden Bossert, and he got lunch pailed down there by the big Jacob Lowry. He got his weight on him, and when you have 360 on your back, most times you can't carry that.
Yeah, Jacob Lowry, such a force, such a presence, that size. Be a guy you wouldn't want to do the Oklahoma drill with, Todd Dumfries. I will tell you that much. I don't like my chances. I'm almost 40. I'm going to sit that one out.
That reminds me of my son had to do that once against one of the Schweigert boys from Century. It didn't turn out good for my kid. Shep's back to pass. He's got a man and touchdown. Trey Eigelhart got loose again.
We see it again. The accuracy from Ben Shep. Eigelhart getting into the corner of the end zone. Another touchdown pass, pushing the lead out to 44-6 for the Aggies.
Yeah, we'll get you a Ryan Family Dealership replay. This one is now we've entered the running clock provision here in Velva. Shep back to pass. Eigelhart came in from the slot and then just ran a little wheel route to the back pylon on the money again. Good grab with his hands. Eigelhart has 6 and Shep has his 4th touchdown pass of the game. Bodine on for the extra point, walks his way up and misses it wide right. 4th quarter has started, not quite yet. We'll come back with the 4th quarter. That was the last play here in the 3rd. And a new score from Larry Sandy Field in Velva. The Aggies are punching their ticket to the Dakota Bowl. Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison leading big here as we'll come back with our 4th quarter after this break on the PSP Network.
Your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
Now the ensuing kickoff, bounding and bouncing, and finally Schaefer just falls on it. And Langdon will take over at the 21-yard line. And that clock is just going to roll now, guys, with Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison leading 44-6.
Can I just say, it feels a little bit wrong that it's not snowing in a semifinal round, but I am so glad I don't have to wear those big snow pants again here on the sideline.
12-yard TD pass, Shep to Eigelhart. Trey has his 2nd reception. Shep has his 4th TD pass of the contest. He's only attempted 12 passes as Sam Davis carries it for 1 yard for Langdon. If you throw 12 passes and you have 4 touchdowns and 205 yards passing.
You said it, efficiency.
Yeah.
It's been so efficient at the quarterback position. I'm going to give a shout out. Hank Bodine, seen the young man play a lot of football. I use that word urgency, the urgency to get back to the title game. He is flying around at that linebacker position. One of the better games I've seen him play defensively.
And you get Johnson back to pass. Throws it to Theo Rumpho, and the Velva defense had nothing doing. There's big Evan Wrench making plays again.
We've called his name a lot. He's really great effort tonight on the defensive line. Evan Wrench, number 72. Once again, Reggie Bruner around the football again for the Aggies.
Yeah, Ryan Family Dealership replay. Time for a middle tight end screen there, and Wrench not fooled. He wraps up Theo Rumpho for a loss of a couple. And now you got, beg your pardon, a little misfire on my graphics there as Johnson on 3rd down fires high, intended for his wide receiver right in front of the Aggie bench, Tanner McDonald. Incomplete. and early here in the fourth quarter. Langdon area now facing a fourth down.
We've said his name a lot. Yoakum at the cornerback position. Been great on the other end. Reese Steffen as well. The secondary really came to play defensively for the Aggies today.
And nobody back to receive for Velva as Jax Johnson hits a good one. Bounces at about the 45. It's finally going to be down at the 26-yard line. So that ends up being a 45-yard punt for Jax Johnson, his best of the day. And we can tell you that today's game brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Four Season Restaurant, Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street in Garrison. Farmers Union Insurance, Garrison agent Brian Neuenhaus. The Coffee Coop in Garrison. CHS in Garrison. Finish Line Burgers and Brew. Flyaway Companies, Quinn Long. People's State Bank of Velva, the Aggie Foundation, and Eigelhart Farms. Our thanks to one and all for helping you watch the live stream of today's game. As there you get Vincent getting to the edge, and he scampers his way for a quick 12.
See a little look into the future, what the future may hold for next year. You there. Nice run by Vincent, a guy who's done a lot with his opportunities at the running back position this year.
And they actually mark him down or out after a gain of 9. Today's game also brought to you in part by these local sponsors: Choice Bank in Langdon, United Communications serving Langdon and Munich, Langdon Eagles Club, Langdon Implement, and Farmers and Merchants State Bank in Langdon. 9 to play in the contest. Velva-Drake-Anamoose leading big, and you get another handoff and a first down carry there for Logan Vincent again. And he's going to get 7, so that's 2 carries, 16 yards for Vincent. The sophomore, 190-pounder. Stay tuned to our planning team financial advisors. Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. Planning team financial advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom, and Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. First and 10 Aggies from their 43-yard line. Shep still in there, hands off to Vincent, and he is breaking tackles and running north and south. Another big gain. That's going to be 14 more for Vincent.
How about Vincent getting a few opportunities when this game is, got a big lead for the Aggies? He's coming in, being very patient in the hole, attacking. Some nice gains out of Logan Vincent, number 5.
Yeah, beautiful sun-splashed afternoon from Larry Sandy Field. The temperature has eclipsed the 60s, hardly a breath of wind. What a day, as the Mardi Gras has started already early for the Aggies. You get another carry for Vincent. Straight ahead between the tackles. And he spins his way inside the Cardinal 40. Mark him down at the 37, so 6 more. How about 4 carries, 36 yards for the sophomore Logan Vincent?
Yeah, been the Logan Vincent drive. I'm going to give a shout out. How about this offensive line play today by Velva Aggies? Whether it's been in pass protection or in the run game, one of the better games. I talked about Bodine defensively, one of the better football games I've seen him play. This has been as good as the offensive line has looked all season for the Aggies.
Aggies, the high water mark of giving up points is 14. That's the most Velva's given up the entire season. Looks like that's going to stand here in the semifinals, as this time Vincent is swarmed down. Tried a little misdirection of the backfield. The Cardinals up to the task. Must have been a Rumfo in there again.
Yeah, really good job by Rumfo reading that, blowing that play up right away.
Had a chance to play a little basketball and actually threw my first career touchdown pass for Langdon High School to Darren Rumfo, and he was a burly basketball and football player. That's Theo's dad, one of the best football and basketball athletes out of Langdon High School.
Keep waiting to see. I noticed you brought the Letterman's jacket there, Todd. I was hoping to see you strut around in that a little bit.
I would have been as proud as a peacock if the game would have been a little better. It's not much better than that. Ben Shep has just hit Reggie Bruner again.
Stop me if you've heard this before. Shep to Bruner, another 39-yard strike. What the perform! It's just everywhere. All the weapons for Velva on full display in this one today.
On the money again. Look at that. A deep post. Bruner almost double coverage back there. He dives over the goal line. 39 yards for 6. Hank Bodine drives through the extra point, and a touchdown timeout, and a new score from Velva. It is all Aggies. They're going on to the Fargo Dome. 51-6. Aggies in cruise control. A touchdown timeout here on the PSP network at 5:22 to play in the football game.
Why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Where you see one of the legends of high school football in North Dakota right there. None other than the namesake of the field here now in Velva. There's Larry Sandy. Coached his team to 11 state championships. The last one in 2022. I got a chance to interview him after that game at the Fargo Dome. And, oh, there goes Theo Rumpfel on a kickoff return. And that good athlete, Rumpfel, takes it into Aggies territory. But, yeah, how about the job that Larry Sandy did? And his brother Brad Sandy coaching at Harvey for years, and those two were meeting for state championships, taking turns, winning state titles, and just the thing that he has built here in Velva and making this a football town. I'm going to credit a lot of that to Larry Sandy.
Yeah, Larry Sandy, and he was so confident in passing the torch along to Mr. Matt Weidler, and he's continued his success with the Aggies.
And there you get Sam Davis. He's operating against some of the number 2s now out there for the Velva Aggies. It looked like you might have got Mason Kraft in there on a tackle for Velva. Sam Davis has his biggest run of the game.
Sam Davis, just a junior. I've been impressed with some of his carries in this football game. He's going to be relied upon heavily next year for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Jax Johnson churns his way to the 35-yard line as the clock moving quickly now in that running clock provision. 4:35 and counting to play in the contest here. Again, a reminder, as part of our post game tonight, we'll have our player of the game. Brought to you by Sport Clips. You can check in online with a hairstylist today. And we'll also have our Serve Pro move of the game. Motion from right to left. Handoff Sam Davis. Shaken and bacon. He's dropped down again by Mason Kraft, the junior defensive end for the Aggies. Sam Davis will have a gain of 4.
Great job, Mason Kraft coming into this game, getting some reps defensively, already counting for about 3 tackles on this drive.
And you also get big Eric Euland in there. You get on the edge, Grady Crawford. Well, looks like you also got Brady Hoff out there playing the perimeter, along with Slade Nordstrom back in the secondary. Give you some of those other Aggies, as you still got Lucas Holt out there. And we'll get a few more of those as we go here. As it's 1st and 10 Cardinals. Jax Johnson back to pass. Looking for a post for McDonald, and that is going to be, in and out of the hands of none other than Cooper Kittleson. There's a Velva football name.
Yeah, Kittleson had an opportunity there for the interception, a guy you're going to see on the basketball court this year for the Aggies. Very good defender, a lot of quickness. Remember that name, Cooper Kittleson.
Hey, you get, Ben Shep plays a little basketball. You also get Hank Bodine out there on the basketball court. Obviously, Trace and Heigelhart for Garrison plays a little basketball. Bossard plays a little basketball. Reggie Bruner plays a little basketball as you get a penalty flag on the play. Matt Bryant, Cooper Kittleson, Reese Steffen, Mason Kraft, Yoakum, Seidler, Volson, Hoff, Meckel, all those guys, multi-sport athletes.
Volson suits up for the Drake-Anamoose Raiders.
Right on.
I don't want to start the rumor train, but I've heard that we might be seeing Hank Bodine this year on the wrestling mat, folks.
Oh.
So just, yeah, you could say you heard it here on PSP. I might be starting a rumor train, but I've heard that from a number of people.
The old wrestling coach, Brock Nagel, has corralled Hank Bodine to wrestle like 189 or 225 or something for him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what weight class Hank Bodine would be weighing in at.
Double move to the corner looking for Jaden Lee after the 15-yard personal foul was whistled on Velva for a face mask. Well, Jax Johnson just attempted his 30th pass of the contest. He's completed just 10 of them today, and that's a kid that came in completing up over 60% of his passes, and today he's fired 30% of them, but I'm going to credit a lot of that to that stingy defense of Velva. They've only given up 65 yards a game passing.
Yeah, it's been there from the get-go here. The secondary has been so tremendous in this game for the Aggies.
2 minutes to play in the contest and a straight-ahead run for Sam Davis. And the junior is inside the 10. Mark him down near the 5-yard line, a gain of 7.
I like Sam Davis, shifty kid, the 5'9", 145-pound junior.
Clock drips under 1:40 to play in the contest. Look at that end zone view. As Johnson has the snap. 3rd down and 4. Davis close to the sticks. Got down to the 2, and they're going to give him a first down. Well, this is how Langdon ended the first half with a last-second touchdown in the first half. A Johnson completed pass to Jaden Lee. The Zebras convert. And Davis has a gain of 4. Langdon knocking on the door.
Love to see that. The Cardinals fighting to the end here, putting together a drive, try and get some more points on the scoreboard before it runs out here in the 4th.
And Sam Davis is going to launch his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Let's get you a Ryan Family Dealership replay of that one.
Great job by Davis there. A lot of good rush attempts here on that play.
Oh, Nick, you got the Domrys and the Nagel family on the instant replay. I love it. As there goes Davis right into your living room. How about that end zone view? Sam Davis drives it into the end zone. Jax Johnson drives the extra point through, and the Cardinals have put up 7. New score from Larry Sandy Field in Velva. 51-13, Velva-Drake-Anamoose cruising as they lead it big with 27 seconds to play in the contest.
DAC Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. NODAC Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Sam Davis has a touchdown. The Aggies are going to have a rematch. They'll have a rematch with the Kindred Vikings. Season opening game for those two teams this year. Went to Kindred in a low-scoring affair, and now they'll do battle again next Friday at the Dome. Kickoff goes deep. Looks like that is Slade Nordstrom. Yep, he weaves his way to the 20, to the 32-yard line, and with 20 seconds to play, just a kneel down, maybe a run or two, and this one will go final.
Yeah, you talk about the rematch all the way. That week 1 game seemed so long ago. A game won by Kindred 13-6. They were really assertive on the defensive line in that game. They wrecked a lot of havoc. Were able to get after Ben Chip really well in that football game.
Well, if I know one thing about Velva, they've had a couple missteps in the semifinals, but when they get to the Dome, when they get to the big one, they have almost an impeccable record at the Fargo Dome. And there's your kneel down. And the Velva faithful are starting to feel it. Down to 9 seconds to play. Down to 7. And folks, this one has gone final. On your BNC National Bank scoreboard, Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison to the Dome. An impressive 51-13 victory over Langdon Area-Munich. And the Aggies will take a 10-1 record to the big show next Friday at the Dome. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. We'll get a word to the victors, some final game stats and highlights, and we'll put a bow on this one from Velva, North Dakota today. Semifinal victory for the Aggies in convincing fashion, and our postgame comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Bye. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Now we're back on our planning team financial advisors, Shots Crossroads post-game show. Shots Crossroads get filled up in their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. And planning team financial advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. You can visit them online at planningteam.com. Owen Patterson is patrolling the sidelines. I don't know exactly where he was at, but is he locked and loaded, ready to go?
Yeah, it looks like he's got Coach Weidler, I believe.
All right, let's send it down field side and Owen Patterson.
Bruin. Okay, so going back to the well, I guess, what are your, just what's going through your mind right now?
A lot of achievement, and happy we could to this game and win it, and then moving on to next week going to the Dakota Bowl.
This is your last game on this field. Just talk about, all your memories.
We're actually getting feedback from KMOT TV's wireless microphone, boys.
Oh, all right. Well, we have some conflicting wireless devices here, so we'll get that sorted out, and we'll be able to get some. Let's send it down. See if we can get Owen Patterson now with Reggie Bruner.
So, all right, here with the Sport Clips MVP of the game, Reggie Bruner, up against a team that likes to throw the football as a the feeling on the that we're really going to like to Fargo now.
Yeah, I think we'll come back to that as we said. That's one of the things that, hey, when you're at the Fargo Dome, you test out everybody's wireless gear to make sure you don't have conflicting frequencies. And it just so happens that we have something that is conflicting right now. So we'll come back to that in just a second. But first, as soon as maybe the folks are done doing their interviewing, then we can come back to them. As it's a final score here in the semifinals, Velva-Drake-Anamoose to the Fargo Dome with a 51-13 victory over Langdon, as it was 32-6 at halftime. And how about the day for Ben Shep? He completes 12 of 13 passes for 244 yards and 5 touchdowns. That would be just a day at the office for none other than Ben Shep for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. Trey Eigelhardt has 6 catches, a couple touchdowns, 88 yards. Reggie Bruner, 144 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 4 catches only. Hank Bodine with 2 grabs for 29 yards. And, leading the way on the ground, Braden Bossard with 45 yards. Ben Shep, 36 yards and a touchdown. Bossard also had a touchdown. Bodine rushes it for 29 yards. Logan Vincent comes up and gets 36 yards rushing as well. As should we try back to Owen here, or not quite yet? Okay, we'll wait 1 second as that's what our producers are telling us here. We'll give you some of the numbers here for Langdon area as Jax Johnson today throwing the football. 10 of 30, had a touchdown, was picked off twice for 129 yards. Johnson throws it. Cody Amble has 2 pass attempts, completed 1 of them for negative yardage. Jaden Lee has 3 catches for 39 yards and a Cardinals TD. Cody Amble with 3 catches for 38 yards. Theo Rumpfo with a couple grabs for 31. Schaefer, McDonald, and Lee also with catches. Rushing the football, Jax Johnson, 41 yards on 9 carries. Lee has 6 carries for 6 yards. Sam Davis comes in and has 7 carries and 36 yards and a TD. All right, should we take a break?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with our scoring plays, our highlights, our MVP of the game, our move of the game, and we'll get those interviews sorted out here, as I don't think anybody's leaving right now. So it is a bit of a Mardi Gras here at Larry Sandy Field in Velva. Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison moving on. More of our postgame after this break on the PSP Network.
Brought to you by follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Now the sun going down here in Velva as the Aggies, big victories today. 51-13 over Langdon area. I've got a couple things to tidy up here as we're still efforting those post-game interviews. We'll get that congestion on the wireless airways freed up here. But fans first, it's our move of the game brought to you by Serve Pro 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Well, Reggie Bruner had his fingerprints all over the game today. Scores 3 touchdowns, receiving at 142 yards. But the move of the game today was after Langdon had finally stopped Velva, was potentially moving in for a score in the third quarter to cut it into the lead. And all of a sudden, the pick six came about, and Reggie Bruner steps in front of a Jax Johnson pass, and he was off to the races. Yeah, there you see it right there. Staring it down, Bruner picks it off. He takes it back 85 yards to the house. You don't see the entire replay there. Obviously, we had to cut that off. But Jax Johnson throws a second. That was his first interception, another one later. But Reggie Bruner with the pick six that changed the landscape of the game. That is your Serve Pro move of the contest today. Serve Pro, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. 24/7 emergency service at Serve Pro. They bring you our move of the game. All right, well, let's just move right into our MVP of the contest, brought to you by Sport Clips. They keep you looking your best. You can check in online with a hairstylist today. Hey, it's a clean sweep today. Reggie has the move of the game, and if you have 142 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns on just 4 catches, that is Serve Pro move of the game and Sport Clips MVP of the game worthy, as, yeah, you get this MVP highlight. This was a dart. And to take nothing away from none other than Ben Shep today. He easily could be your MVP with 5 touchdown passes, but 3 of them go to Bruner, and that was a strike right there. Ben Shep threw his 3rd touchdown right there. He added 2 more later on. And Reggie Bruner, your Sport Clips MVP of the contest today, with 3 touchdown grabs for Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. Thanks to Serve Pro and Sport Clips for bringing the MVP in the move of the game. Your Sport Clips MVP, the senior Reggie Bruner. All right, let's send it down field side as it looks like Owen Patterson has head coach of the Velva Aggies. That's Matt Weidler. Take it away, Owen.
Yeah, Coach, a year ago, pretty emotional interview after the semifinal. A different emotional interview. What are those emotions after today's win?
I'm just so happy for our kids. They get this opportunity. Just proud of them. They've worked really hard. They've earned the right, to go down to Fargo, and I'm excited. I get to spend another week with them.
Yeah. In pregame, we hyped up all the points that are going to be scored, and you mentioned, well, we could also make some stops as well. You definitely did that, holding Langdon, who scores about 40 points a game, to 13. Talking about that defensive effort this afternoon.
Yeah, our defense was awesome. I thought we tackled really well. I thought our guys in the secondary in the back half were really good. They throw the ball really well. They've got a really good plan when they go into games, and I thought our kids, rose to the occasion, and I couldn't be more proud of the effort we had on defense. That was a difference maker today.
I know it's probably wrong of me to ask to look too far ahead, but a business trip to Fargo to take 100 second chance coming up. What are your expectations for that one?
Just excited. We know they're a really good team. We've seen them. I expected them to be there. I mean, just how good they are. They're coached really well, hard. I mean, it's what you when you get down to a game like that. But we'll have to have a really good week of practice, and our guys will be excited to get down there and get going.
All right, congratulations on the win. Best of luck next week.
Appreciate it.
There you go. Owen Patterson on the sideline there with second-year head coach of the Aggies, Matt Weidler. How about this record for Matt? 21-2. And let's send it down as you got the MVP of the game there, Reggie Bruner.
With Reggie Bruner, well, the question I asked you earlier, we got to give an answer again. A team that throws the ball a lot. Your defensive end mix had a field day today picking off those passes. Talk about that pick six moment.
That whole drive, I was not doing my job right, and then also I was not. The ball just magically ended up in my hands, and I just ran.
You also had a pretty good offensive day today. Talk about that side of the ball.
I knew that we could get those short game going, so I wanted that in practice this week, and then came and nothing.
So you've been here before several times. You've been to state championship before a couple of years ago. A little bit different senior year, last game.
Yeah, proud of that. Last game on the field. Growing up on the field. Yeah.
Proud of the way they played. They played really.
All right. Best of luck next week, Reggie.
Thank you.
All right, hey Owen, I'm gonna hate to have you do this, but our guys just had their wireless mic on again. So can you grab Reggie and ask him those couple last questions? I know it's a third time, buddy, but we didn't hear those. It was getting bottled up by the folks from another media outlet. So if you could do that, that would be outstanding. We didn't get a chance to catch much of that.
Yeah, the new news outlet, they got him right now. So I guess I'll steal it from them.
We already got intervened over there. So you are crystal clear right now. If you want to go and take care of that real fast. All right, so we're gonna get to hear Reggie Bruner.
Great effort on our part. Yeah. We're trying to make it happen.
Exactly. We're going to get this on the air one way or the other. As Owen's just kind of giggling as he walks down there, and okay, Owen. Owen, we got you loud and clear there, buddy. If you want to talk to Mr. Reggie Bruner right now, take it away. Yeah, we got you loud and clear, Owen. Take it away.
All right, going back to that last question again. You've been in state championships before a couple of years ago. Does this one feel a little bit different, a little more special as your last game with this Aggies team?
Yeah, I'd say this one's a lot more special. You know, last game on this field, we've grown up playing together on it. So, I mean, this is a lot more special to get to that field and not go out on this field.
All right, congratulations. Best of luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, hey, Owen, thank you. We never.
That one sound good?
That one
Great
sounded
job, Owen P.
Fantastic, man. There was nothing you could have done about that. We were just getting competing wireless microphones that were going on, and our apologies for those technical difficulties. But hey, we had to get that last question answered by our MVP of the game today, Reggie Bruner. Bryce, you didn't get to talk about Reggie, but a pick six, 3 touchdowns receiving. MVP worthy, and when you can take the MVP away from a guy who completes 12 of 13 passes for 5 touchdowns, that is saying something about the caliber of ball that Velva played today.
I'm not going to speak for Ben Shep, but I am. He would gladly say, hey, Reggie Bruner deserves that Sports Clips MVP award today. Just the weapon he is. We talk about the touchdowns. I like to talk about him defensively. Kind of the Swiss Army knife. He can do everything on that Velva defense, and he has all year. Big part of the reason they're moving on to the Dakota Bowl.
Yeah, we apologize for those technical difficulties. We got through them, and we figured it out. All right, here's a couple post-game highlights brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. And you're going to go a couple plays here. First off, this is a TD pass by Ben Shep in quarter number 3 as he sets him down, a little wheel route. You see Eigelhart in that slot as he wheels out, and another dart. Just Ben Shep on the money, back corner of the end zone. Eigelhart just backs his way in for 6.
Just great play design there, and we said it a number of times. Ben Shep putting the football where it needs to be, right in the 12 of Eigelhart there. Another passing touchdown on his day. Just a huge day for Ben Shep offensively.
And we're going to recycle this one from our first half today. But you talked about that offensive line for Velva today. They didn't run it as probably efficiently as they wanted to, but Langdon tried to take that away. But they pass protected. And here, you just get a great push. That's the Bozzard touchdown run in the first quarter.
Yeah, it looked like Langdon did a very good job of bottling up there. You just kind of pick up Bozzard. A lot of the offensive linemen carry him into the end zone. Big rushing touchdown there from Braden Bozzard, who played terrific on both sides of the football today.
Yeah, well done there on our post-game highlights. All right, hey, Bryce, that was a lot of fun, buddy.
Yeah, it was, like I said, we got Langdon royalty here. It was great to have you here in the Star City, 1,100 friendly people. I hope they welcomed you with open arms. Velva was I used the word urgency. You could see that in the pregame of them warming up. Just the urgency, the success a couple years ago and the heartbreak last year, and now setting themselves up for another successful title rematch with Kindred.
Yeah, and the ability to have a rematch, right? I mean, you can talk about a lot of things. These are still 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. You can't get ahead of yourself. But, man, they did the job today, and now they've earned the right to take on the Kindred Vikings next week in that proverbial rematch. They're going to try to deny Kindred the repeat, and that should be one whale of a football game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I told Nick Holberg this last night, Todd. You got my number. If you want some advice on the Dakota Bowl picks, you know I went 4-0 last year. I might charge a small fee to you, but if you're looking for some advice on your picks in those 4 football games, just give me a buzz. I'll help you out. I'm willing to help.
I don't know if we're ever going to live that one down. All right, fans, here is that schedule next week on the PSP Network. Of course, you got Region 6 volleyball Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. WDA volleyball Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All that action on PSP Plus. And we will have digital audio coverage of the said Dakota Bowl. Our coverage begins at 8:40 in the morning. And here's the matchups. As your 11A game is the first game of the day. And it will be Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison taking on Kindred as Kindred wins 29-15 today. You'll follow that one up with the 9B championship game. Number 1 versus number 1. They were tied at number 1 in the final poll. New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock has a 30-point lead over West Hope Newburgh Glenburn, and Lemoore Litchfield Marion won earlier today 52-16. So that is game 2 at the Fargo Dome. Game 3, the 11A championship. It'll be Red River and West Fargo Horace. And then in your 3A title tilt, that one will be Fargo Davies and West Fargo Cheyenne. All that coverage, digital audio for you from the Fargo Dome with the PSP team. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Dome. All right, fans, hey, big thanks to these local sponsors helping you watch and hear about today's game. Eigelhart Farms, Aggie Foundation, People's State Bank in Velva, Flyaway Companies, Quinn Long, Finish Line Burgers and Brew, CHS Garrison, the Coffee Coop Garrison, Farmers Union Insurance, and their agent, Brian Neuenhaus, and the Four Seasons Restaurant, Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street in Garrison, along with these sponsors from the Langdon area. Choice Bank in Langdon, United Communications serving Langdon and Munich and the surrounding area. The Langdon Eagles Club, man, try their chicken on Wednesday nights. That is outstanding at the Langdon Eagles Club. Langdon Implements and Farmers and Merchants State Bank in Langdon, our thanks to one and all. All right, fans, that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. We couldn't have done it without a great team today. Man, we had the whole PSP team around. We had Owen Patterson roaming the sidelines, Landon Domrich running the camera, Brock Beater running the camera, Nick Holberg producing for my partner, Bryce Gutknecht, Todd Domrich repeating your final score and saying congratulations to the Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison Aggies as they punch their ticket to the Fargo Dome with a 51-13 victory over Langdon Area-Munich today. Fans, until next time, thanks for joining us, and so long from Larry Sandy Field in Velva, North Dakota.
Bye. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Name it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FinRun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget.